I started crying because it was like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. I cannot take this. Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this time I'm coming back to you guys post-lipo. So I've already gotten the procedure done, and when I posted my last video, a lot of people really inquired and had a lot of questions about how it went and everything like that. So I'm very excited to film this video today just to answer those questions and tell you guys about how exactly my liposuction experience went and also how my first week went. I can't wait to also include a lot of pictures and even some footage of my procedure. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I made a long list of things that I wanted to talk about, and I don't want this video to be super long, but I'm gonna make sure that I touch upon everything that I have on this list because a lot of the questions that I've gotten also can be answered in this video more in depth. So let's get started. Preparing for my procedure, I'm gonna start back from the day before. So Tuesday, January the 15th, okay? So Tuesday, January 15th, I was just really psyching myself up. The days leading up to my procedure went by really fast. Before I knew it, I was like, oh, it's 2 days before, oh, it's the day before, oh, it's the night before. So it was a very quick lead up, and I was just very excited. I was very excited about getting it done. I wasn't really thinking about, oh my goodness, I'm scared, because I was scared at first, but I was just more excited because when I have something on my mind that's anxious, that's making me anxious, and something that, you know, that's being led up to, I just want to get it done because thinking about it is what's going to make me scared. So I was just ready to just get in that room and just get it done. So it's preparing for my procedure. Now, there are a lot of things that you're supposed to do even months before getting your procedure done. But of course, this decision for me to actually go through with it was a decision that I finally made about a week before. So I went for my consultation, I think a week and some change before getting it done. So I had to do everything that I had to do up to a week before my procedure. Now, that was drinking a ton of water, staying away from ginger, staying away from certain things, staying away from NSAIDs or any kind of ibuprofens or pain pills because I don't know. I don't really know the science behind it, but that's what it said. Following everything that's on my pamphlet. Let me show you my pamphlet that I got after my consultation. So I got this pamphlet, well, 2 pamphlets of information of things to do after my procedure. So it was post-procedure care and post and pre-procedure care. Let me see. It's actually on here. What else I had to stay away from? Yeah, it said avoid aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, alcohol, vitamin E, ginseng, ginger, ginkgo biloba, whatever that's called, 1 week up to my procedure. If I was a smoker, stay away from that. And also informing them what I'm allergic to. If it's codeine, Valium, latex, things like that. I am allergic to penicillin, so when I was at my consultation, my doctor definitely made sure to double highlight the fact that I was allergic to that. So there's that. I had nails on and I had to take them off because there is a oxygen thing that gets hooked to your neck, not hooked, but that they put on your finger, and if it's hard to read, it's because of the nail polish or the acrylic or anything, so I had to get my nails taken off. I had to purchase some things too, so I had to purchase super absorbent maxi pads, and I had to get some sort of wee-wee pad, or if you have a dog, you should know what a wee-wee pad is. It's just a pad that you, let me see if I could show y'all, because I have it right here, right on my dresser. I actually have everything. I had to use this. It's really big. So I had to use this getting in the car. They told me I would need it getting in a cab or getting in a car on my way back home traveling, and that I would need this on my bed to sleep at night because the first night would be very messy, and I'm totally gonna get into that because it definitely was. And I also had to use super absorbent maxi pads. So I use Kotex ones, literally full blown. I'm gonna open it up for you. Legit had to use maxi pads. Kid you not. Maxi pads. You know, the pads that you wear when you get your period? Yes, I had to put those on my incision sites. So that's some of the things that I needed, and the things that I needed to stay away from. I needed to consume more water, things like that. So that's leading up to my surgery. Now, the day of my procedure, okay? The day of my procedure, I had a driving lesson, and I feel like things weren't really hitting me up until it was time to go to, you know, the place. And I was just like, holy, it is time to get this done. So, like I said, I was just very nonchalant about it the entire day. I knew it was happening, and I was really excited, but things really started to hit me, and I started to get scared once we started to, you know, get on the bus to get ready to go over there. So I remember everything I ate, of course, but what I ate during the day really didn't affect how I felt after. I had Chipotle. I didn't really have much of an appetite, which is why I brought crackers with me in the morning when I went out to my driving lesson. But I had Chipotle, and then after that, I don't think I really ate anything else the rest of that day. Yeah, I didn't eat anything else because my nerves were just like, ugh. And when I'm nervous, I can't eat. So yeah, that didn't really affect how things went, and I didn't have to tell them what I ate. But yeah, and I wasn't really good with drinking my water leading up to my procedure, and I even had a glass of wine. So listen to the instructions. Like I said, it didn't affect anything, but if they give you instructions, follow them. Follow them. All right. Oh, let me hold it the other way. Okay, so we are about to go in for my procedure, and I'm very scared. I'm not scared, I'm just nervous, but I dreamed of this moment literally last night. So, right here, Ma. So literally, we're about to walk into the building and get this started. Now, procedure. So my procedure was, well, first okay, hold on. Procedure day, let's track back some. So during my procedure day, I also got prescribed some pills. I got prescribed some stool softeners. I got prescribed some oxycodone, aka Percocets. I got prescribed an anxiety reliever. I got prescribed, I forgot what else. But I got prescribed like 4 different things, and I had to take all of them before going in to my surgery, into the surgery room. And let me tell you, oh, and antibiotics as well. Let me tell you, they were all disgusting. I hate taking pills. I cannot swallow pills, so I had to chew them. I had to chew all my pills up, and they were disgusting. But I didn't really I feel like I felt the effects of the pills once I laid down, because I felt much more relaxed. It relaxed my muscles. So yeah, I had to take those pills that my doctor prescribed. I got them CVS, and yeah, and after that, I went into the room and got undressed, and my doctor, he looked at everything. He made his markings of where he would be taking fat out with a marker, took some before pictures, and then we went into the room and we didn't go right into the room. Then the nurse came in and she asked me any questions to make me feel comfortable. We talked a little bit. And even before then, what made me feel even more comfortable was that my doctor texted me, and he wanted to know if I had any questions. He let me know what medications I had to take, what the amount I had to take, when I had to take them. And I know I was being very annoying because I asked him so many questions, and the main thing that made me feel the best was that I asked him, I said, so how is this all gonna go? Because I was just mainly scared about this numbing process because I hate needles. And he literally told me everything, like I asked him how like uncomfortable it'll feel. He said it depends, but it's like from a 3 to a 5. So yeah. All right, so now let's fast forward, going into the procedure room, getting ready to lay down on the table. Okay, so to clean my skin so that they can use the surgical products and all that, because I could have dirt, even though I know I was showered, but I could have dirt on the surface of my skin. It was this really cold brown solution that they sprayed on me, and then they wiped my stomach down. They wiped my stomach, they wiped my sides, and they did my back a little bit. And then they explained everything that they were doing as they did it. So first there was that, and then it was time. They told me that they were gonna drape me because they thought that it would be cold in the room and I would be cold. So it was just like this like aluminum foil looking type of sheet wrap thing that they put over my chest to cover my boobs and to cover my legs. Basically everything was open from like mid vagina to here by my boobs. So I was draped and I felt warm, but after a while I got a little hot. I had to put on a surgical little hat thing, net, whatever, to cover my hair, even though I had on a bonnet already, and put surgical socks on me. And yeah, I had to take off all my clothes, and they put the clothes right by me in the room. And yeah, so the doctor began to numb me up, and he used several needles. They were really small. I was freaking out by then. I'm like, how is it gonna feel? Let me see the needle. So they were actually really small, and they just felt like a pinch and a burn. And he said that would feel like a pinch and a burn. So he put it, I wish I could show y'all, but I can't really show y'all. Basically, he put one by my lower belly, one by like the side of my hip, another one by the side of my hip. So there was 4 there. Then there was 2 that he did in my belly button area, like on the outside of it. And then he did 1 under my boob. And that's where the rod, the cannula to suck out the fat will be going. So before that, we waited a little bit for that to work. So the numbing, waited a little bit, and I asked if I could use my phone. They were totally cool about me using my phone during the procedure, which I loved because, I don't know, I just want to be on my phone and to text my loved ones and let them know how I'm doing. They couldn't believe that I was on my phone. Like, yeah, I was on my phone. They're like, wait, are you done? I'm like, no, I'm just getting numbed up. I was awake the entire time. Then the next step was cutting the sites where he gave me numbing shots and opening them up with the scalpel and filling me up with anesthetic fluid. So that was the worst part for me. Kid you not. The worst part. It was the worst part for me. I even cried. So I didn't even want to look at like that rod going inside of there. Now y'all, I could not feel the rod going inside, but I could feel the pressure of him trying to get it in there. When he made the little incisions, like when he used the scalpel to make the holes, I didn't really feel that. But then once he entered that rod, I don't know what to call it, I felt that. It wasn't painful, but it was a lot of pressure and it was very uncomfortable. And it's like you could feel somebody like scraping at your ribs, like touching your ribs, but like really like getting in there. And that was just the anesthetic fluid getting put in there. And the reason why that's getting put in there is because it'll make it a lot easier for the fat to come out with the cannula and drain out. But when I tell you, I almost could not go through. Like, it was so painful. And I had to hold the lady's hand because it was just like, wow. And she told me, just breathe deep. Don't tense your stomach up. Relax, because that way the fluid will get in easier. The cannula, I guess, will get in easier. And I was saying, ow, like, because it hurt just a little bit, but it was more of a discomforting feeling. So, oh, child, that was horrible. I'm like, oh my God, I can't take this. But I'm very surprised that I persevered and still did it, because that part, and I will tell y'all, this is just from my experience, me talking, that was the worst part of my procedure. The worst. even healing was better than that to me. So after that, we waited another like 25-30 minutes, and I was just on my phone again, talking to people and waiting for everything to work so that we can get this suctioning started. So the doctor came back, and before he came back, I had already asked, can I get footage of this suctioning part happening? He said yes. So he started, and he said that he's gonna start, and then once the fat starts to come out, we'll start recording. And then he showed me also. So the nurse, she took my phone and she recorded it, and I'm going to insert footage. For your face, so they know it's you? God, no. God, no. The faces I'm making? Oh my goodness.
Somebody burned down my sheet here. Someone burned down your sheet here, Cheryl. Oh, really? Big dip because my sheet here burned out in the backyard.
So you will feel more vibration there over the ribs.
Okay. And literally, it was the coolest thing ever. Like, all I wanted to do, I was on the surgery table just like trying to peek as much as I can at the fat, just to see how much of it is coming out, how it looks, all of that. I was really intrigued by it. I had no problem looking at that part. But like I said, I just didn't want to look at him entering the putting the cannula inside of my incision sites, because that made it feel like, oh, if I see it, I'm gonna feel it. I don't know if it's a mind thing. But that was literally my favorite part, because that means like, okay, it's almost over. Okay, this is the part that I've been waiting for, getting this fat out of me. And the only one disappointing thing was that I wanted to get a good picture of how flat I looked and how flat I would possibly look after the swelling right after my procedure, because most people can't see that. But literally, I was swollen right after my procedure. Swollen, okay? You couldn't see anything. And so we did all that, suction, yes, and then it was time to get up. That was really difficult because I still felt numb, but it felt very weird. I felt like my stomach area felt very inflated because I was swollen, of course. And my doctor explained it as, you're gonna be very swollen and it's gonna be very painful because technically this is trauma being done to your body. There's something being, there was a cannula sucking fat out between my skin and my muscle. So I'm gonna feel that, and that's why the swelling happens, and that's why it takes time to go down. I don't really know how to describe that in like normal terms, but it was understandable. So they sat me up, and then it was time to close my incisions. Now this was a very interesting thing, and I wish I would have gotten footage of this. The lady said that one of my back incisions, not my back, but one of the incisions basically like on my hip, not really. One of the incisions back here was like spewing out the anesthetic fluid and blood like a faucet. She was like, you're like a faucet. And I'm like, I can't feel anything. Literally still couldn't feel anything. Still couldn't. So I was very shocked and surprised. I think it's because I already took the pain meds and I didn't feel anything, and I was numb, which is great, because if I would have felt anything, child, I don't think I would have been here to explain all this. But yeah, the drainage was real. So getting home, my boyfriend helped me get home. We got in a cab, and I was just very nervous about spewing out into the cab because I didn't put a wee-wee pad down on where I was sitting, and it was very difficult to sit down in the seat because I was sore just a little bit, and I felt like if I was to bend, something would happen or I would gush out more. But it was fine. I was walking fine. I felt fine until the pain meds wore the hell off, okay? Now, when I tell you, when my pain meds wore off that first night and it was time for me to take more, whew, it felt like a burning aching sensation. It was so painful. Like I was literally like, oh, like it was horrible. It was horrible. And oh my goodness, we literally had to get up every other hour to change change the pads on my incisions because they were draining a whole lot. Now, when they say if you watch any of the liposuction videos that you're gonna drain a lot and you really need those super absorbent pads, on this pamphlet they said I would need 40 to 50 pads by the first 24 hours. You really do, because you're gonna drain a lot. And when I tell you, we had to change them a lot, and then I had to put a wee pad down on my bed and it was draining onto there, and I just like, it came to a point where I was sleeping and I woke up and I felt completely drenched and wet in my garment. Oh, by the way, at the surgery site, at the place, they helped me put my garment on. Thank God, because that was horrible. That was difficult to tell. But my garment was soaked. The maxi pads were soaked. The wee pad was soaked. Nothing got on my bed. But it was literally so gross, and I hated that part the most too, because it's just like you feel wet and you can't do anything about it, and then you can't shower for 24 hours too, so you have to sit in this gunky wet garment, and the hole of my garment was very small. So, oh my goodness. And I did get a new garment from the last video. I got the bigger size, so I had the bigger size garment on. But turns out that garment was actually too big. When I was at the surgery place, the nurse told me that my garment's too big and I need something that's really gonna compress me. And I'm like, it has to be tighter than this. I can't breathe. Yes, that compression is needed. So yeah, that first night was just so gross to me. Like I felt so uncomfortable, and I was just so glad that drainage would only last for like 2 days tops, and my drainage stopped exactly after 2 days. So thank goodness. And it was once the drainage was over, I felt really good. Once I was able to get in the shower, it just felt really good. And I needed help showering that first time too, so my boyfriend again and my mom helped me with showering that first night. Thank goodness for them, because I was a mess. I was a wreck. I was in pain. It was horrible. What's next? The discomfort. So, like I said, trying to sit up was very difficult because I was very sore and I was still very swollen, a lot more swollen than I am today, which is, I'm glad the swelling went down significantly. I have about a few more weeks of the swelling, but sitting up and down was very difficult. I needed help doing everything. I needed help getting up off the bed. I needed help laying down. I needed help putting on my clothes, my shoes, zipping up my jacket, traveling. Like, I only went out that like one time 2 days after my procedure, and I was with my boyfriend and my mom to go get a new garment, so another garment. And this garment was way more expensive. It's the new one. I'll show you guys. I'll show pictures and things. But this new garment that I have now, I love it because it has me snatched. At first, it was so hard to put on that first time. Like literally, I damn near screamed when my boyfriend tried to help me put this one on because it was so tight and I was just so swollen and in so much pain. I'm like, no. But now today, girl, I could snap the little things on. I could zip it up. That first time, I couldn't even snap the things on. Now I can snap it on by myself, zip it up by myself, get it on by myself. I'm so proud of myself because I came a very long way and it's only been a week. So yeah, that's that. Now, proceeding on into my first week of healing. My first week actually was gradually just better and better. Like, the first night was very rough, but I slowly got better really fast. Some of my incisions now are like scabbed. I know this one under my boob is actually almost like done. Like it looks like it's kind of fading, but it doesn't hurt. It's kind of closed, so that's really good. The two that's on my belly button, one side is still open and still looks pretty moist. The other is closing, which is good. So I try to let this one breathe as much as I can and put a lot of Neosporin on it so it can heal good. The ones on like my torso, like my V-line. I don't know where to really call it, whatever that's called, like the lower belly. One side was healing a little weird. It looked like it was like a blood clot or like a little like chunk of my meat coming out of it. So that was doing a little weird, but it's getting smaller and smaller now, and it looks better. So yeah, I'm gonna text my doctor about that too. And the ones in the back are healing really well. They're like damn near scabs and they're closed. So my incisions are doing very well. Swelling is going down significantly, but I still feel the soreness. I can get up and down off the bed as much as I possibly can with ease, by myself, which is really good. What else? My garment is very comfortable. It's not very comfortable, but I feel more comfortable in my garment now as opposed to that first day wearing it. I feel really good, and I love having my garment on. I do not mind wearing it. Now, that's another thing. The garment, you have to wear this garment for 6 weeks. 24 hours a day for 3 weeks, and only 12 hours a day for the next 3 weeks. So I'm fine with that, because I'm not, like, the garment gets pretty itchy, don't get me wrong. My belly gets itchy, sometimes incisions get itchy, but I'm fine with it. I like my garment. It keeps me snatched. I also had to go see my my doctor for a post-op appointment. He literally, it was like the quickest thing ever. He looked at me, asked me how I was doing, asked me if I had a fever, because that's expected, like a fever or infections 3 to 5 days after your surgery. I said I feel fine. So that was quick. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good now. I'm feeling a lot better than I did the second day. Yeah, I feel good. I'm staying away from the high sodium food. I'm not trying to eat too much sodium. I'm trying to drink as much water as I can to help also keep the swelling down and fluid retention down. And yeah, and I've even been losing weight even. Right now I'm 161 pounds. When I went into my procedure, I was 167 pounds actually, not 170. So that was pretty interesting. So I've actually lost a little bit of weight. Which wasn't, I don't know if it's from this procedure, because my doctor said that he didn't expect me to lose the weight, but whatever it came from, we are happy for it, okay? Happy. I'm in a better mood about everything. The main thing is patience, because I'm not gonna see my final results until like 3 to 6 months. So just being very patient. But the results that I have now and what I've been seeing just after the first week, I'm very satisfied with it. Like, I look snatched, and I'm only a week into my post-op, and I'm still a bit swollen, and I already have about 4 inches off of my waist. I was 37 inches like I mentioned in the last video, and currently I'm 33 inches. So I'm very happy with my results thus far, and I can only imagine how they're gonna be as I start to work out later down the road in 4 weeks, because I have to wait to do that. And as the swelling goes down, and as I get to reach my final results in 6 months. So I'm very happy about that, very satisfied with how everything turned out. My doctor did his thing. I'm very happy. So yeah, now, you know, this is how I look. I'm gonna insert before and after pictures if I haven't already. And yeah, I feel really good. At first, my appetite wasn't there the first 2 nights, but now my appetite is getting back there. I don't really I feel like because my stomach is a lot smaller, my appetite did decrease, but I still feel very full after eating less, which is probably why I lost the weight too. But besides that, that's exactly how my procedure day went. That's how week 1 is. Again, there will be pictures inserted, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any further questions, any at all, I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to hold any kind of conversations about my procedure because I love talking and I love really engaging with people about things like this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I think I might come back to you guys with another lipo video 1 month after my healing. So I'll see you guys with another lipo video in about 3 more weeks, because I don't want to do a week by week thing, because I feel like it's going to look pretty much the same. You're not going to see much of a difference. So I'm going to just wait a month, and then after that wait till the 3-month mark, and then definitely come to you guys with the final 6-month mark of how everything looks. Definitely, like I said, let me know any questions that you have again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.